gentlemen, welcome back to the Body Shop. I am your host, Andre Brick St. Clair. I still have my in-studio guest, Mr. Brian Canone.
What's up, Andre?
What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Hey, listen, on the line, we have the muscle cook, Mr. Dave Rule. And right before we went into break, I gave you guys a little teaser. You know, I was asking Dave if he can, give our listeners one of his favorite recipes. And he was getting ready to do it, and I decided, let's go pay a couple of bills right quick. So, Dave, I apologize, that I had to do that to you, but,
No problem at all, guys.
Okay, so now, before the break, you mentioned that this is a recipe that you've been doing for more than 5 years, correct?
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I've been doing it. I've been preparing it for so long I don't even remember now.
Wow.
I've been eating that stuff for the longest time. And it was it's a very basic recipe, but it was one of my as I said, one of my first ones that I've designed, and it's still a staple in my diet now. So
okay.
It's a good sign. I don't get, I never get bored.
All right, now, how does it taste, though?
It tastes awesome.
It tastes awesome, huh?
Wonderful.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey, I gotta ask. All right.
It's like a treat every morning. And I have actually pretty much all my athletes who have this recipe every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And they say they just go to bed and they just can't wait for the next morning. They fall asleep so fast just because they couldn't wait to go to bed, sleep, and wake up in the morning to eat their breakfast. I'm not kidding.
Okay. So this is a breakfast thing, right?
Yeah, it's a breakfast recipe. I call it the name of that recipe is anabolic blueberry oatmeal. That's the official name. But I call it my desert island recipe. It's like if there was one meal, or one recipe I can do on a desert island, and would eat it every day, multiple times a day, every day. That would be this one.
Blueberry oatmeal.
Anabolic blueberry oatmeal.
Anabolic blueberry oatmeal. Hey, listen. All I heard was blueberry and oatmeal. I said, huh. Okay. You know what? I might go to bed 5 minutes early, just so I can wake up and try that. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I don't want to keep our listeners waiting too much longer. How exactly is this anabolic blueberry oatmeal made?
Okay, it's pretty simple. It's very, very simple. So in a big bowl, what you do, you mix about 3/4 cup of oatmeal, 8 egg whites, about half a scoop of chocolate protein powder, about 1 tablespoon of pure cocoa powder, a little bit of stevia as well, some frozen keep the frozen blueberries for later. You fill it up with about, I would say, half a cup of water, or well, not even, maybe 1/4 cup of water. And you mix everything, put it in the microwave for about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on the, how fast your microwave cooks stuff. And so after like 2 or 3 minutes, you just stir everything. You add in the blueberries. Use frozen blueberries just because the mix is going to be very hot, and the frozen blueberries are going to cool down the mix, so you're going to be able to enjoy it right away. Then I usually add a source of healthy fats, either like flaxseed oil or something like that. But my ultimate treat with this one is that I add a teaspoon or sometimes a tablespoon of natural peanut butter. And you mix everything together, and let me tell you, it tastes amazing. And especially when you diet, feels like an explosion of flavor in your
No, some of our fans. Nah, it came out good, but when you saying an explosion of stuff in your mouth, that's just
That's flavor.
Nah, I know, man. I'm just teasing a little bit. Okay, there was one ingredient that I didn't quite get, and I'm not sure if maybe I just heard it wrong or if your accent kind of threw me off slightly. And I believe that was called, is it Stevia?
Stevia.
Oh, Stevia.
Stevia.
Stevia? Is that like
it's a natural
sugar?
sweetener.
Oh, okay.
It's a natural sweetener, so it's an alternative to Splenda, for example. Splenda is a natural product, so I'd rather use like stevia, which stevia is a plant, so we use like stevia extracts, and it's actually 300 times. I think it's 300 times sweeter than sugar. So
Wow.
you don't have to use a whole lot. Just probably like. It depends. I know guys who like it very sweet and they use a lot of it. But I know I use probably like a quarter of a teaspoon and it's very sweet already. So.
Oh, okay. Now, is this something that comes in like a little packet, kind of like a Splenda type of thing?
You can buy in packets. I got mine actually. I even think Optimum Nutrition has like stevia, so it's a pretty common. It's a pretty common product, but it comes either mostly in packets or just in like regular tubs. So.
Okay. Okay, so now that this is one of your favorite recipes, and you said this would be like a treat, like people will go to bed early, wake up early just to have this, and that's a treat, okay? Now, what is the biggest complaint that people give you about dieting?
Well, it's mostly that it gets boring, and I guess that, on the long run, eating chicken breast and broccoli every day, like every meal, and tuna, and plain food. I mean, people get bored and tired, and after a while, it gets very tiring. So that's why I guess that's why they're buying my books. I think there's a need to add some flavor to their meals. And I think that's the biggest complaint that people have is that it's very boring, and that's a misconception that a lot of people, especially a lot of competitors, have, that you have to eat, plain and boring food. And I think that's a huge mistake because you're kind of missing out. Your diet is getting boring. You have huge cravings, and you have more chances of falling off, the wagon after the diet is done. You're probably going to start eating a lot of sugar and a lot of nasty food just because you missed that junk food, like flavorful, feeling.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's something that is a big issue in the fitness community, and well, that's what I'm here for, guys, to fix that.
Okay. Hey, Dave, I got a question for you. Which bad foods get the most request to be like made into a healthy type of recipe?
Geez, I got lots. But you know what? I try to adapt a couple recipes, like a basic pizza, for example.
Yeah.
Like pizza is a big thing, but I mean, you can make a healthy pizza by having a whole wheat. You use whole wheat pita bread as the dough, and you can put some a little bit of a light tomato sauce or light spaghetti sauce on as the sauce basically, and then your favorite veggies and some protein like beef or chicken, for example. So there you go. You have a healthy pizza. There's different ways. Protein bars as well. It's a big thing, and I got a couple of recipes of protein bars as well that are actually quite popular because I mean, protein bars. I say protein bars are most of the time they're just glorified candy bars. They're high in sugar, a lot of chemical contents as well. And I got my high protein fudge bars. It's a very healthy, natural protein bar, and let me tell you, it tastes probably 10 times better than a regular protein bar, but with all the good stuff, not in the bad stuff. So
it's not bad. Now, okay. So as we're talking more and more about making food taste better, substituting the regular dough and using the whole wheat stuff, what is some of your favorite spices, though?
Favorite spices? I use quite a few spices, but probably my favorite spices to cook with would be, cinnamon, of course. Cinnamon, I think, it's so easy to use cinnamon, in your oatmeal in the morning, whatever you want. It's on your sweet potatoes as well. There's so many ways to use cinnamon. Cinnamon is a big staple in my, is there in my spice rack. I cook a lot with turmeric, which is an Asian. It's an Indian, actually. It's an Indian spice, very good. I cook with a lot of with garlic as well, ginger. So good, food, actually good spices that actually are boosting your metabolism as well. And other like spices like cayenne pepper or chili powder, which is, have metabolic boosting properties as well. So probably like these ones are probably the most popular. Of course, I use ground pepper and different herbs as well, like oregano is very, like I use a lot of oregano in my recipes, basil, parsley, and so on. So many different spices and herbs I use in my recipes. But I mean, the staples, as I said, cinnamon, garlic, ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and chili powder as well.
Nice. Now, with your food being so flavorful, okay, are your clients or are the athletes, are they still eating 5 or 6 times a day, or are they cutting back to 3 or 4?
Oh no, I still advocate the 6 meals a day type of approach. They have 3 bigger meals, I would say, and then they have 3 smaller meals with post-workout nutrition. So that's it. When they work out during the day, they have a total of 7 meals if you count their post-workout shakes. The bigger meals, being breakfast, lunch, and dinner, are always a bit bigger than smaller snacks. Mid-morning snacks are usually a bit smaller. Mid-afternoon snacks and pre-bed snacks as well are kind of smaller meals. But no, I think I think frequent feeding is still the number one theory out there and approach. I mean, when it comes to nutrition.
Right. Okay. Question for you now. Okay, somebody orders your program, they get your book, okay, and they don't have time to cook or eat all of the meals. So now they're taking their whether it's their husbands or their girlfriends, they're going out to a restaurant. Can you give us a couple of tips on how to go out and still eat and order healthy?
I mean, there's tons of ways to eat healthy and go to restaurants. I think first of all, it's a matter of being organized with your meal preparation. I always keep a day, like for example, the Sunday afternoon. I cook probably 80% of my meals on Sunday afternoon. So I would say that the gross of my meals is done for the week is done on Sunday afternoon. Then, okay, that happens that I can go and eat out, once or twice a week. But when I do, I try to go and always get some vegetables. So I'll always start with either a big salad or something like that. Always sure I load up on vegetables for sure, and then always get a lean source of protein. And I try not to get anything that is fried. I think that's a given. No high GI foods or sugary foods. No fatty foods. Nothing really like out of the ordinary. And you can go to a restaurant and you can ask, for while you're dressing on the side, you can ask for just a chicken breast. If there's something that's coming with 10,000 things, you can say, or you go to Subway, for example, you don't have to get the whole bun. You can take the protein source, maybe just enough carbs that the amount that you need, and you can load up on veggies. I think they do salads as well. So there's different ways, but if you get a big portions of vegetables, if you're at a restaurant, then lean source of protein, then I think you're on the right track.
Nice. Okay, so somebody goes to Subway, and they're just like, I'm craving this. Your advice is basically you don't really need to get the entire foot long and have the excess carbs from the bread, but they can get a 6-inch, double up on the protein source, and it's actually better for them, correct?
That's exactly what I do. I take a 6-inch double meat, and I try to find like a lean source of protein. Usually not the best type of meat that they have over there, but whatever the best source of meat they got, double meat, and you just load up on veggies, and you have yourself, so you don't have too much carbohydrates. You have a good source of protein, and you have a lot of vegetables, so you can, you're sure to be full with it.
Okay, now,
Andre, do you remember when we went to Quebec for that show?
yeah.
And everything we ate had French fries? We had lasagna and French fries.
Yes. What's up with the French fries? I'm curious, Dave.
What's up with the French fries?
Yeah, man.
Maybe it was just that casino we were in.
I don't know. I know people from Quebec eat everything with mayonnaise. That's all I know.
Oh,
They even eat pizza with mayonnaise.
pizza with mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. I know it's weird, but yeah, they eat a lot of. Quebec is home of the poutine, right? You've probably heard about it. It's like you can turn everything poutine style here.
Well, I guarantee you, mayonnaise is probably not in the muscle book recipe, huh?
No, neither is the poutine.
All right, now, Dave, personal question for you. Okay, you personally, do you enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner as your favorite meal?
I like them all.
Well, I'm sure you do, but I mean, come on now. You got to have a favorite.
I'm a breakfast guy. I love big breakfast. My breakfast is always my biggest meal of the day. I think
he's on the desert island. He eats the desert island blueberry oatmeal. He goes to bed early. It's late too, and he's just waiting to go to bed to get up tomorrow.
You know me now.
There you go. All right. Big Dave, I got to put you on hold, man. I got some bills I got to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Body Shop. On the line, we have the muscle cook, Dave Rule. We'll be right back here on FTNS Radio.